Hey everyone, we've all heard it, right? The purer your water is, the healthier it must be. But what if I told you that's not the whole story? What if the best, most advanced water filters out there, in their quest to make water perfectly pure, are actually stripping out something essential that our bodies desperately need? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the hidden problem with pure water. It seems like it should be a no-brainer. Of course, purer is better. But, it's a little more complicated than that. It turns out the very idea of pure water might be clashing with what's actually healthy water. So let's find out. Can water actually be too pure?
And this brings us straight to something called the purity paradox. It all starts with the technology that so many of us see as the gold standard for purification. But as you'll see, it has a really surprising twist.
Okay, first things first, let's talk about the big one. Reverse osmosis, or RO. And let's be super clear, this technology is incredibly powerful. Millions of people trust it, and for good reason. It is absolutely fantastic at getting rid of a whole laundry list of nasty contaminants. It definitely gives you peace of mind.
But here's the catch. This is the paradox. The membrane in an RO system is so fine, it's almost too good. It's totally non-selective. So while it's doing a great job yanking out all the bad stuff like lead, arsenic, and bacteria, it's also stripping out all the good stuff. We're talking about essential, healthy minerals like calcium and magnesium that our bodies are actually designed to get from water.
And what you're left with is something called demineralized water. It's fundamentally different. It has super low total dissolved solids, or TDS, which is basically just a fancy way of measuring all the stuff dissolved in the water, good or bad. And since those minerals are alkaline, taking them out often makes the water acidic. It's also missing the electrolytes we need for proper hydration, which, honestly, probably explains why so many people say RO water just tastes, well, flat.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. This isn't some fringe theory. The World Health Organization has been sounding the alarm on this for years. We're talking about way more than just a flat taste or some plumbing issues here. There are potential long-term health risks, from simple fatigue all the way to serious cardiovascular problems.
So you can probably guess what happened next, right? A whole industry popped up to fix the problem. The thinking was, if your filter takes everything out, well, why not just add the good stuff back in? Sounds simple enough on the surface, but this is where we run into the re-mineralization challenge. And I bet you've seen some of these around. You've got the mineral cartridges you can add onto your RO system, the little bottles of liquid drops you add to every glass, or even special mineral stones you drop into a pitcher. Some people even just mix their super pure RO water with a little bit of regular tap water, which kind of defeats the purpose of filtering it so thoroughly in the first place, doesn't it?
The thing is, these so-called fixes can be a real headache. Besides the extra cost and just the hassle of remembering to do it every single time, how do you even know if you're adding the right amount or the right kind of minerals? It's really just a guessing game.
And it's not just a hunch. The science totally backs this up. A study from 2022 basically confirmed it's all guesswork. These methods are super inconsistent, and they almost never get the water back to its natural, healthy mineral balance. It's an imperfect patch for a problem that the filter itself created. Okay, so if the whole strip it down and try to rebuild it approach is kind of broken, what's the alternative? Is there a better way? What if, instead of trying to correct the problem after the fact, we just started with a smarter philosophy from the get-go?
Well, there is. It's a philosophy called selective filtration, and it's a completely different way of thinking. Instead of brute force, stripping the water bare and then trying to piece it back together, the goal here is surgical precision. You take out only the bad stuff, and you intentionally, purposefully leave the good, beneficial minerals right where they belong.
So what does that actually look like in the real world? The source material gives a great example with a system called the Lotus DY. So check this out. It's precise enough to filter down to 0.007 microns. That's tiny enough to catch viruses and microplastics. But it's specifically designed to let healthy minerals like calcium and magnesium pass right on through. And on top of that, it fixes other huge complaints about RO systems. It doesn't need electricity, and it creates zero water waste.
And this quote from the company Tipitech just nails it. Reverse osmosis forces you to fix water after it's been stripped bare. Our technology ensures you never lose what matters in the first place. It's all about preservation, not just purification. It's a total game changer. Let's just break it down side by side. When you put the two approaches next to each other, the difference is just crystal clear. One path, the RO plus remineralization, is inconsistent, wasteful, and even risky. The other path, selective filtration, gives you consistent, natural minerals without all those massive drawbacks. It's just a fundamentally smarter, more efficient way to do things.
But why? Why does preserving these minerals matter so much? This really gets to the most important part of this whole conversation. Because when it comes to our health, prevention is always better than correction.
Get a load of this number, 20%. That's how much of our daily requirement for crucial minerals like calcium and magnesium can come directly from the water we drink. That's not just a drop in the bucket, it's a huge piece of our nutritional puzzle that demineralized water just completely wipes off the board.
And what's really amazing is that the minerals in water are what scientists call highly bioavailable. That's just a sciencey way of saying your body can absorb and use them way more easily and efficiently than from a pill or a supplement. It's like nature's delivery system is just perfectly designed for us.
And the health connection here is just undeniable. Serious research, like a review in the journal Nutrients, links low mineral content in drinking water to some really serious health risks. We're talking about higher risks of hypertension and even sudden cardiac death in some groups. What's in our water or what isn't in our water has a direct impact on our health. So it all brings us back to a really simple, powerful conclusion. When we're talking about the essential minerals in our water, it is so much smarter, so much healthier to prevent them from being removed in the first place than to try and fix the problem later.
Which really leaves us with one final question for you to think about. When it comes to your water, what's the real goal? Is it absolute sterile purity? Or is it a natural completeness, giving you not just hydration, but essential nutrition too? Definitely something to chew on.